name's Karl Golovin, and I'm trying to apply the constitutional solution to the problem that the government is still keeping secret thousands of records related to John Kennedy's assassination. And my hope is that enough people will turn out May 29th, John Kennedy's birthday, on the public terraces at the Kennedy Center here in Washington, that the government can't ignore that constitutional assembly and petition for redress of grievances, that the records should be released immediately. E. Howard Hunt, former Watergate conspirator and CIA Bay of Pigs planner in the early 60s, actually confessed before he died to being what he said was a bench warmer on the assassination plot. And he implicated several other CIA people, Frank Sturgis, also Watergate related, David Sanchez Morales, David Atlee Phillips, William King Harvey, all implicated by E. Howard Hunt before he died in 2007. Yet the CIA is still withholding from the public the operational and other files of all those CIA people.
Okay, you said that you are a previous investigator?
A special agent with U.S. Customs. Spent most of my career in Miami and the last 6 or so years of my career here in Washington doing internal affairs type things.
Okay, and your group consists of people from all over the country, or just people here?
I'm trying to prompt interest everywhere. I mean, really this is relevant to the whole world because transparency in government is important for everybody because it's secrecy, the intimidation really of secrecy that allows abuses to continue and even violence to continue that would not if we had regular and full disclosure of what our governments were doing in our names.
And how long have you been protesting this, or how long have you been demonstrating the need for further investigation?
Well, last October I was in Pittsburgh for a Kennedy assassination-related conference, and for a long time I thought that the appropriate place to gather isn't so much in Dallas, but here in Washington, because really the assassination was driven by, I think, Washington-centric forces primarily, and the Kennedy Center of all buildings is the John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for the Performing Arts. It should honor John Kennedy, and he's not really honored while thousands of files related to his murder are kept secret, while every night thousands of people go to be entertained there, kind of oblivious to that irony.
How often are you here?
Well, I just started again a few days ago. I was here pretty regularly back from November 22nd till early December, but then just on April 23rd I started coming out here for maybe an hour or two each day and trying to go to different places around Washington. I live nearby down in Alexandria. I'll turn the sign around so you can get the other side. You know, Harry Truman, the president who wrote in, signed the law that created the CIA a month after Kennedy's assassination, he wrote an article published in the Washington Post entitled "Limit CIA Role to Intelligence," and recommending that their operational duties be terminated because, arguably what do we really accomplish in 50 years of trying to just kill all the right people? I mean, we really made the world a better place? There's a reason our founders wrote the Constitution requiring that in order to use acts of war against other countries or other people, that there would be a congressional declaration of war. They wouldn't either put the burden or the decision on a president or a CIA to decide themselves and just ask Congress to kind of, nod their head okay. Congress actually is supposed to declare war before we go about killing people and interfering in the internal affairs of other countries.
So your demonstration here is against wars and also for a further investigation into the Kennedy assassination?
I don't know about investigating it because I think all we can really hope for, there's so much disinformation that's been put out there, even by the government itself, that full disclosure of all the records that, the CIA 1,100 files have been identified as related, and they're fully withheld still. So just to get all the information unredacted out there so that it can be evaluated by people that are arguably objective. But I would hope for release of all those records, full transparency, reining into the CIA to its original intelligence-only mandate, eliminating its operational capability or moving it elsewhere within the military where it's subject to a congressional declaration of war. And third, I think there would be benefit even in an annual recognition of whether it's the date of his assassination or his birthday, May 29th. John Kennedy is the perfect example of how government secrecy can be used to conceal horrific things and alter the course of a nation for 50 years. That we really did have a coup that day. E. Howard Hunt, CIA person, has confessed himself to being involved and implicated other CIA people. So why are we still being brainwashed? Oswald did it alone, and then Ruby acted alone when he killed Oswald. It's all a bunch of nonsense, but yet more and more we're compelled to accept it as truth, and it's just a bunch of lies.